The first NBC Bank Prep Showcase continues this coming weekend as the De La Salle Cavaliers of Ryan Manali battle Archbishop Hannon. Coach Pat Lambert's team. That's Friday live at sportsNOLA.com at 7 p.m. And you can watch it Saturday on a tape delay basis at noon on WHNO TV 20. De La Salle and Archbishop Hannon, the Cavaliers and the Hawks. And we look forward to that. And once again, thanks to First NBC Bank, Ashton Ryan, for all that they do to help us bring you the best of high school football and high school athletics in general. Well, it's been another interesting week of high school football. It's always tough to pick a player of the week, one guy for the entire metropolitan area. But this week wasn't very difficult because our sportsNOLA.com, New Orleans Quarterback Club, WGSO 990 AM, and WHNO TV Prep Player of the Week, none other than the minibus, Kendall Bussey, the senior running back for Newman, Nebraska commitment against Riverdale. He rushed for 147 yards and 3 touchdowns, had 43 receiving yards and a touchdown, had 157 return yards, including a kickoff return for a touchdown. Oh, by the way, he returned a punt for a touchdown, but it was negated by penalty,
right.
Although it set up another touchdown. Yeah. And for good measure, I think he carried the water buckets off the field. Kendall Bussey, our Prep Player of the Week of sportsNOLA.com, sportsNOLaTv, and WHNO. So, pretty impressive performance. And here's our Prep Game of the Week from last week, first NBC Prep Showcase. Aaron Lewis had a big game for St. Charles Catholic as they got revenge against defending state champion East Jefferson. Lewis scored 4 times in this game in every fashion. He's quick, shifty, good, and he showed what he was all about here. And Brian, Frank Monica's team's always good, always a threat in whatever classification they're in. They're in Division II, and they're a real threat again this year.
They snapped a 16-game winning streak of East Jeff, and you know, Frank has been an excellent coach for years at college and high school level. And not surprised you go up there and play St. Charles, you're going to get that kind of game.
Well, here it is. I'll do it right now as we watch the highlights because we're going to see his brother Eric come up. It's nice to have a pair of brothers on your team. The younger brother says, I'm going to do you one better. Picks one off. I'm going the other way with a pick 6. There's a helmet off somewhere from an opponent on the field.
You pointed that out.
Pretty
you sure
interesting.
did.
But there you go. Touchdown, Lewis. And pretty special, but I'm going to do it right now as Frank Monica exchanges handshakes with Mark Martin, a good man and a good coach. Frank Monica should be seriously considered for the Nicholls State head coaching job. He was last time around. He'd be a tremendous hire. That is a parochial job in this sense. It really is a job where you get thirds, by and large. Thirds in Louisiana, Amy, are pretty good.
Yeah.
And a guy to get that is a guy that has roots, that's been here all of his life, that can accomplish that. Not a guy, frankly, from Utah or anywhere else, with all due respect to Coach Stubbs or anyone else. That's kind of what the Nicholls State job is.
Absolutely. I think somebody that players know would be willing to play for. And you're right. Thirds in Louisiana is better than first in most states. So the fact of having somebody that has those like local ties, it'd be great for the program, it'd be great for the kids.
Yep.
Much like Curtis Johnson was a great pick for Tulane, there's no reason Frank couldn't go to Nicholls, whether or not he wants to. Can he?
Right.
Do you think he does?
Last time he did. I don't know about this time.
I know it.
My friends at St. Charles Catholic are probably pretty mad at me right now for something I just said. I'm sorry, Mr. Cupid. It's okay. All right. The Saints, of course, have their first home game of the season against the Minnesota Vikings this coming Sunday at noon in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and the Vikings lead the all-time series for what it's worth, including 2-1 in the playoffs. But the Saints are trending. They've won the last 3 times, including that memorable NFC Championship game in the 2009 season. Ricky, I know you like the Saints to win. Do you like them to win big?
Well, I mean, I think they'll get by. But the thing about it is, I think the Saints going to have to outscore Minnesota. Minnesota got some good receivers, and they're coming off of bad performance by offense. So we're going to have to. They got Peterson coming back, so we're going to have to really be sharp this weekend.
Look,
Brian, win or lose?
They'll win. But you know what? It was going to be a tough game whether Adrian Peterson plays or not. I don't give them any chance. I think the Saints blow them out.
Amy?
I think that they win, and at this point, I know you're saying they want them to blow them out, but I think we just want to win. Regardless of what it looks like, we just need a win.
Yeah, I'd say Saints by 14, but a win, that's all that's necessary. Adrian Peterson likely to play. Mark Ingram not likely to play. So things have changed dramatically in just a day's time. Ladies, gentlemen, pleasure always. Great job. We'll do it again next week.
See you then. Thank you.
When we return in just a moment, we'll talk about some of the fantastic deals at Premier. Joe Oliver will join us here at Premier Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram on WHNO Channel 20.